But I do know a good bit about Ludwig Nommensen, because the church to which we relate in Indonesia was the church founded by Ludwig Nommensen. The HKBP, the Hurriya Christian Batak Protestant Church. The story is that Ludwig came from the Rhenish seminary. He was from a part of Germany that in the early to mid-1800s actually was part of Denmark, and was sent by the Rhenish Missionary Society to Sumatra, Indonesia, where mission work had gone on through the Roman Catholic Church and some other churches and had not succeeded. The story is that he landed on the west coast of Sumatra, went up the mountain, reached the top of a mountain, looked down into a valley in 1862 where the Batak people lived. The Batak people were a textile people. Batak is the name of the tribe or the ethnic identity of the folks in that part of Sumatra. And the story is that on that mountain, looking down on this valley with all these people, Ludwig knelt and prayed, "Oh God, help me to share your gospel and my life with these people." He then went down the mountain into the valley and spent a good bit of time getting to know the Batak people, translated the New Testament into Batak, and shared his life with them in a way that was open to them sharing their life with him. In some ways, it was an early form of the accompaniment that we talked about earlier. It was very different from most of the mission work that happened in those days. It still had some aspects of that, so that still in that Christian tradition, the Batak Church, their titles are German. So their presiding bishop is an ephorus, which is a German word. Their district superintendents or bishop, synod bishops are called praeses. Their structure is much like a German Reformed church. But from the beginning, Ludwig Nommensen shared his life, shared the life of the people. He actually is buried there alongside of his dog, who was his constant companion. He is greatly revered throughout Sumatra. There's a university named after him, Nommensen University in Medan, Indonesia. At one time, it was the largest Lutheran university in the world. There's Nommensen Seminary. The part that's called Nommensen is related to the Nommensen University that does Christian education. There are all kinds of Nommensen shrines, essentially, around Indonesia. And one of them is this one. It's going to be a little hard for you to see. This is called the Salib Kasih, the Cross of Love. And you can see it's huge. That doorway underneath it is big enough for people to walk through. It's a standard-sized doorway. So this is a huge cross. If you can see it carefully, there are light bulbs on it, so that when at night it lights up and can be seen for miles and miles and miles from this mountaintop. This is the place where Ludwig knelt before he descended into the valley to begin to share the gospel with the people there. As you hike up to this spot, there are nailed on the trees, it's an arduous hike up the mountain, all kinds of quotes to sort of help with your pilgrimage up to this place. There are quotes from Shakespeare, from the Bible, from some Dutch writers. It's an interesting thing. And at the bottom of this place are all these kiosks and stores where you can buy some of the greatest Lutheran kitsch there is. Most of it with Ludwig Nommensen's likeness on it. The founder of this church landed there in 1862, shared his life and the life of the people, and shared the gospel.